Welcome to all of the viewers. I'm going to start today most important topic regarding the electricity. So let us proceed here. Electricity. Basically, the electricity is divided into the two parts. First one, static electricity, or also known as electrostatics. Second one, dynamic electricity or current electricity. So our concern to focus about the current electricity. And current electricity especially deals about the two different types of current, direct current and the alternating current. So now, most important topic in the higher secondary level is the current electricity. Current electricity. So current electricity, the branch of physics which deals about the charge is in motion, and electrostatics, the branch of physics which deals about the charge at rest. So here I am going to discuss about the current electricity. It means charge is in motion. So if the flow of charge in any region, this is the flow of charge in any region between the 2 points A and B, no matter the region is solid or liquid or gas. So the flow of current or the possibility of flow of current in the all types of the medium, like the solid, like the liquid and like the gas. But we are basically concerned about the current electricity and conduction through the metal, conduction through the conductor. So now come to the point, and first of all we have to define the some terms in which electric current is most important. Electric current. Electric current or simply current through the conductor through the metal. So the flow of charge in any area in the any interval of time is defined as the electric current. So numerically I equal to delta Q by delta T when the delta T tends to 0. This is also defined as simply dq by dt. In for steady current, in general I is equal to Q by T, and sometimes Q is equal to Ne, so also defined as Ne by T, where N equal to number of electrons in case of metal and E equal to charge of electron. Actually, this is the law of quantization. It can be represented as the plus minus Ne. So come to the point here, I is equal to Q by T, and the unit of charge is equal to coulomb, and this one is the second. So unit of current coulomb per second. If charge is taken as 1 coulomb and it flows through the conductor in 1 second. So this one is 1 coulomb per second and it is noted at the 1A. So here 1 ampere equal to 1 coulomb per second. So ampere is the unit of the electric current and it is defined as the current is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of the charge passing through the conductor in 1 second. So I is the electric current and this is the scalar quantity. Even that the electric current having both magnitude and direction, but the electric current is taken as the scalar quantity. So, and the unit of the electric current is the ampere. Now come to the second point. This is the electric current and second one is the current density. So as we know that the electric current or any current passing through the conductor, so there must be the need of the electric field or the electric potential. So when the electric field is established or the potential difference is applied or maintained between the two ends of the conductor like A and B, then there is the constitution of the electric current. So first of all, as we know that any of the material consists of the large number of the atoms and all of the atoms having the free electrons. So the free electrons in general in any metal or in any conductor are distributed randomly. So if there is no electric field or no potential difference is maintained, so the net average velocity of the motion of the electron is taken as the zero and therefore there is no any electric current when there is no application of the electric field. So it is very clear to find out the electric current or to find out the constitution of electric current through the conductor, through the metal, there must be the need of the application of potential difference, source of EMF, any source, or must maintain the electric field. So when the electric field is established means any cell is connected, potential difference is applied. So the electrons accelerated along the direction of electrons are accelerated by the electric field and the electrons are immediately collide with the positive lattice, positive ions or the residual atom. So the motion of charges, motion of the electrons inside the conductor shows the retardation, but the constant field is applied across it and due to frequent collision of the electron of the free charges inside the lattice by the residual atom, by the positive lattice, at last the average velocity acquired by the charge or the electron, so the average velocity or the slow motion of the electron, slow motion of the charge is considered as the drift motion or drift velocity of the electron. So the drift velocity of the electron or constitution of current is taken as, the convention is that the electric current is taken as along the direction of application of the electric field. So if this one is the positive and this one is the negative, so positive charges are accelerated towards the point B from the point A. So the direction of current, it means direction of flow of positive charge, not the flow of the electron. So the direction of conventional current is taken as the direction of flow of positive charge from the point A to B or from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. But it is very necessary to mention that the electronic motion always opposite to the direction of the flow of the current. So now there is the constitution of the electric current. The process is also known as the metallic conduction, and in any given volume, the amount of charge passes through the conductor is considered by the definition I is equal to dq by dt or I is equal to q by t. So current is also taken as again I equal to dq by dt, and the total charge in the any given volume N E A into L, where A is the area and L is the length of the conductor. So N E A, and this length means the velocity of charge Vd is equal to L by T. So in place of L, Vd into T, and therefore Vd into dt, and therefore the relation is obtained N E A Vd, and also I by A equal to N E Vd. So I by A, the current per unit area is known as the current density I by A, and also I J is equal to N E Vd. So this is the expression for current density, and Vd equal to drift velocity. It is noted that the motion of electron is very high, nearly 10 to the power 6 meter per second. But the drift speed or drift velocity is very slow, 10 to the power minus 4 meter per second. Even that, the current passes immediately from one point to another point because the electric field established the speed equal to the velocity of light, and that is why once the switch is closed and switch is on, the current passes very quickly from one point to the another point. So now this is the relation between the current density and Vd, drift velocity, and also the expression for the drift velocity. Now later on, most important law in the electricity, Ohm's law. And the statement of Ohm's law on the basis of the current density. So statement is the current density is directly proportional to the electric field, and J equal to sigma E. In vector notation, it is also written as J is equal to sigma E, where sigma equal to conductivity, E equal to electric field. So this is the statement of the Ohm's law. And now to find out another statement. So J is the current per unit area. So J means I by A. Sigma equal to 1 by rho means rho equal to resistivity. So here, and E is equal to potential difference by length. So 1 by rho into V by L. And so V is equal to rho L by A into I, and therefore V proportional to I. So this is another important expression, and this is also the statement of the Ohm's law. So potential difference is directly proportional to the current, means when the physical condition remaining constant like the temperature, pressure, so the potential difference applied across the conductor is directly proportional to the current. And here the constant is considered as the R, and this is known as the resistance of the material. So V proportional to I, and the constant here, proportionality constant here, is equal to R, and it is known as the resistance. So now here it is pointed out that there are the two statements, like J proportional to E and V proportional to I and also the I proportional to V. These all are the statement for Ohm's law, but not necessarily V is equal to I are always considered as the Ohm's law, because the conductor which obey the Ohm's law means V proportional to I or I proportional to V only and only at that instant if the slope of the voltage current graph is constant, then V is equal to IR is taken as the Ohm's law. But if the slope of VI graph is not constant, then V equal to IR is the simply relation among voltage current and resistance. So this is a very important thing, because the V is equal to IR is also applicable in case of the non-ohmic conductor, and non-ohmic conductor is the conductor, non-ohmic resistance is the resistance which does not obey the Ohm's law. But there may be the application of V is equal to IR to find out the resistance. Now come to the point here. Next point, resistance and resistivity. So mainly the resistance is the property of the substance, property of the material, property of the conductor which opposes the flow of current. So if any opposition offered by the material in the flow of current, then this property of the material is known as the resistance. So simply resistance is the opposition offered by the material and applicable or applied in the consideration in the account when the electric current is obtained. So if there is a flow of current, then at that moment the opposition offered is taken as the resistance. And another term is the resistivity. So let us see what is the resistance and resistivity. Now we have already derived an equation, R is equal to rho L by A. So R equal to rho L by A means R is the resistance and R equal to resistance and rho equal to resistivity. It is noted that L is the length and A is the area of the cross section. So if L equal to 1 meter and A equal to 1 meter square, then R equal to rho. So resistivity is numerically equal to the resistance offered by the material, offered by the wire, offered by the conductor of length 1 meter and area 1 meter square. So the opposition offered by the material can be defined in terms of the resistivity, but there is a basic difference between the resistance and the resistivity is that resistance depends on the length and the area. It means resistance depends on the dimension, but rho is independent from the dimension of wire, of metal or conductor. It is almost taken as the constant quantity if there is any wide range of the temperature is taken into the account. So, but the both resistance and resistivity depends on the temperature. So, temperature dependence temperature dependence, simply temperature dependence. Temperature dependence in terms of R, in terms of rho. So if there is a change in the temperature, so change in the length, change in the area, so resistance is affected. And it is found that RT equal to R naught 1 plus alpha into T. So if there is an increase in the temperature, so resistance of the conductor increases, where alpha equal to temperature coefficient. And the similar formula also exists for the resistivity. Also rho T equal to rho naught 1 plus alpha T. Alpha T or delta T. Here rho T, resistivity at T degree Celsius, rho naught, resistivity at 0 degree Celsius. So if there is an increase in temperature, so resistivity increases, and if resistance and resistivity increases with increase in temperature, means alpha or temperature coefficient is positive for metal and conductor, but negative for insulator and semiconductor. And negligible alpha is negligible for some materials, that is alpha equal to 0. It means almost independent from the temperature. So there are three different characters of the resistivity. If positive, it is taken as the for conductor, and it showed that temperature increases, the resistivity increases, resistance increases. If the temperature decreases, resistance decreases, resistivity decreases. So these are the examples in regard of the conductor, insulator or semiconductor in terms of the temperature coefficient, like positive, negative and 0. So the resistivity and resistance decreases with increase in temperature in case of the insulator, and that is why temperature coefficient is negative. And alpha is equal to 0, if it means alpha is equal to 0 means alpha is very, very small or negligible for the some materials and almost independent from the temperature. Such types of the materials are the constantan and manganese, and which are used to make the standard wire for the electrical device like the meter bridge, potentiometer and so on. So these are the some facts